Bottom of the same inning, you know what's coming. Neil Heaton throws behind Albert Bell. Both teams get a warning. Remember, very next pitch, again, behind Bell. The umpire throws Heaton out. Albert Bell isn't satisfied with that. Takes matters into his own hands, quite literally. The coaches get into it. The benches fill. McRae was suspended.
On Brett's magic moment in a moment. Bottom of the 8th, but Charno a little too close. And here comes Albert Bell charging the mound, and then McFarland tackles Bell. Watch Bell slug away at McFarland. Albert doing a little venting here as Kansas City ended up beating up on the Indians.
John Wathan can't believe it. Bell would try to inflict further damage. The weak number. It was ruled a fair ball. Vaughn completes the play. Bell will argue for a second. Then as he takes the field, he goes after John Hirschbeck. Larry Young intercepts him. Bell gets tossed. And gets tossed again. Oh, yeah.
Nothing but heroics. Albert Bell, John Hirschbeck. Not happy with the call. And Albert gets tossed. Earlier, Albert grounded out, and he got in the face of Hirschbeck after this, and he gets booted. In the bottom of the 9th, Dave Stevens, Manny Ramirez.
Sent to the locker room.
And trivia question, who gave Albert his first ejection as a White Sox? Called Bell out on strikes. Bell doesn't like it. Turns, walks away, dropped his helmet and his bat on the way to the dugout, and he got run. Rapuano said, quote, I told him to pick them up, and he just kept walking. Players know they can't show up at umpire. Bevington comes out to argue. Bell obviously said something to Rapuano. He said nothing to reporters.
With Montreal. That ball hit his back. And he's out. That ball, Kerwin Danley saying the ball hit his bat, it's a foul tip, and it's a strikeout. And he's saying it hit his arm. And now he drops his helmet, does a little, and his father comes out, and he throws him out of the game, does Kerwin Danley. Threw him right out of the game, and now Felipe Alou is really hot. Boy, that all happened fast.
Gets a little nutty. Bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Moises Alou lines one down the left field line. Umpire, third base umpire Justin Clem calls it foul. You see it kick up a little chalk. Before the 8th inning, Antonio Alfonseca, who's in the bullpen right there, actually bumped Clem. He was ejected. Then Alou got all over Clem. He'd be tossed as well. Bottom of the 9th. Still 2-0 Cardinals.
Could be a chance for Hillman. He goes to third, and he's safe. And that's going to get Howard Johnson out of here. And I'll tell you what, he may get some time off for that one because he bumped him. So Dallas Green is going to earn his pay in a hurry.
Howard Johnson got a quick ejection because he made contact with Jerry Lane, and now we're going to find out about the reputation of Dallas Green defending his ball players. Johnson's still chirping.
Moving now to the bottom of the 6th inning, some controversy. Kip Gross, who got the victory in his first Major League start, here strikes out Ron Gant. Gant did not like the call, and he would get ejected from the game by home plate umpire Gary Darling. This game ended after 7 innings because of rain, but it was
came up to bat earlier. He had been called out on strikes by home plate umpire Jerry Burns. Rick Dempsey took exception to something he said. They started slugging it out. That emptied both benches as they wrestle at home plate. Everybody dives in there, and Lenny Dykstra and Rick Dempsey having a good fight here at Dodger Stadium in the top of the 7th inning as everybody came out to join in this one. Not many punches thrown, just a lot of wrestling as Lenny Dykstra is held back and Rick Dempsey got his face planted in the dirt. Both players were ejected after the argument between the two. Lenny Dykstra ejected for fighting along with Rick Dempsey.
Home plate umpire Billy Hahn had a busy night, top of 7. Gary Sheffield already thrown out by Hahn. John Birkin's pitch called a strike. Lenny Dykstra disagrees. I think he's saying no strike. Lenny points out the strike zone later, and Lenny is going to get tossed. Vamonos, gone.
Career, Dave. Here's something to think.
Bottom of 6, Pedro not known for his control. It's behind the car. He gets a warning. Next batter, Jerry Brown to Juan Bell, who goes to second. Carr slides in just a little bit hard, a little bit high. Will Cordero took exception to it. Well, Angel Hernandez holds them apart. Cordero would get ejected.
And he, too, gets thrown out. Bottom of the ninth, Dante Bichette up, though. More controversy. The Randy Myers pitch is called a strike. Bichette throwing the equipment. In his disgust, after he popped out, he gets thrown out. Everyone gets thrown out.
Now in the sixth, Scott Bankhead in relief. Vaughn caught looking again, not happy with the call. Some words for umpire Terry Kraft. Turns around. Uh-oh. You're gone. He's ejected, so is Phil Garner.
Out for the third time in the sixth, argues the call, gets ejected, and Vaughn gets the last word in before saying, bye-bye, I'm heading to the showers. Barry Larkin batting.
Zone gets a little bit bigger. Now Vaughn has been thrown out of the ball game.
And his teammates holding him back. He came out aggressively. At home plate umpire Phil Cousy threw his helmet in his direction.
Yeah, he gave him a sign far away, then threw the helmet, and he was ejected immediately. You can understand the frustration from Vaughn's point of view, but it's common knowledge when you have this type of stuff.
Well, while we were away, Joe Carter has been thrown out of this ball game by Darryl Cousins, the third base umpire. What Carter did is, as he was arguing with Cousins, he started to walk away, then threw his batting gloves in toward the dugout, and when Cousins saw that, he threw him out of the ball game. And this argument has been going on all through while we're away. Here's what caused this argument. It's a fly ball down the left field line, and you're going to see a fan reach over and interfere with the ball. Now, this ball is in the field of play, and when a fan goes into the field of play, if they make contact with it, and they keep the fielder from making the catch, it is fan interference, and the batter is out. Now, that's a tough call for the third base umpire because it was not going to be a routine play by Cordero by any means.
Bottom four, Doug Johns, ZRA over 25 at Fenway in his career coming in. He gets 2 called strikes against John Valentin, and then third swinging, Johns had a no-hitter through 5. Valentin, meanwhile, thought that Tim Welke squeezed him a little bit and didn't give him the benefit of those inside pitches. And finally, Williams and Movan trying to restrain him, but Valentin is asked to leave. And then Williams comes out there, and Wilkie says, you know, the presence of your company is no longer requested.
Top 8, Orioles leading 5-zip. Mercedes to Damian Easley, called strike 3. Easley not happy, and the home plate umpire, Scott Higgins, easily ends this argument by saying, you're done for the night. Go away. You bother me.
Top 4, still 1-zip. Dean Palmer up, called strike 3. Dean, don't throw anything. All right, just keep your don't. He did. Palmer got tossed, and then he didn't want to leave. I guess he wanted his cake and he wanted to eat it too. I don't know why we say that.
And Dean Palmer facing Bobby Howery, and Palmer gets rung up by home plate umpire Greg Bonet. Palmer's not pleased, so he goes to the dugout, and then 1 pitch later to the next batter, Palmer comes out and makes contact with Bonet. He's ejected, and then scrap iron wants a piece, and Phil Garner gets tossed as well.